Love is stored in the you. My goal in life is to be as cool as Nick from Jimmy Neutron. He looks like a Mexican Sasuke. Did y'all know that there's concept art of teenage Shrek? Send me the chubbiest kitten. I realize now this says kitten and not chicken. May 2019 bring you your I'm doing better than I ever was moment. Why only May? Wait, never mind, I'm fking dumb. Throwing your girlfriend into a lake as a sacrifice to the rain god. We need a good harvest this year. You're testing my patience. I'm loving the new Yeezy collection. Which one of y'all grandmas cyberbullying me on Instagram? Moo. I'm mad ugly. Young man, are you wearing a purse in the middle of the street? Lord bless this child. Nobody fked with me on the playground. Nobody fked with you in bed either. UGI. You lucky he holding me back B. Good night homo. Homie. A same thing. Friendship at its finest. Name him. Name your son. Gormondo. Big sexy. Why black holes are not scary. Sounds like something a black hole would say. Never can go to the bathroom in peace. I'll let him have a soak in the tub and 4 minutes later this happened. Is that a snake in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? I worked with toddlers and preschoolers for 3 years. Sometimes I accidentally slip and tell a friend to say bye to an inanimate object, say by bus, and occasionally they unthinkingly just do it. I'm glad there's a teacher version of accidentally called teacher mom. When I worked at medieval times, occasionally I would slip in real life and call people my lord. If no one comes from the future to stop you from doing it, then how bad of a decision can it really be? New life motto. I think this will be my graduating quote. Move is where a creature of another species with a love for good food meets a mess of a human down on his luck living in a apartment, and the creature can control the guy's action and he's unwilling at first, but they learn not cooperate, and together they can stop the evil rich man trying to take them down. Ratatouille. Venom. Rick Astley. Giving up on love. But you promised. Guess you got Rickrolled. Can someone please explain how it's possible that every single month this year ended as quickly as it started, and yet this whole year has felt like an eternity? Men. Constructing intricate rituals which allow them to touch the skin of the men. Sports. My friend's idea of good time is dressing up in colonial attire and pretending to beat each other up, while similarly dressed colonial men jump around in the background waving fistfuls of cash. I feel like my life has reached a peak, it's all downhill from here. In case anyone thought I was being facetious. A flower for you, my lady. Sloths are what happens when coconuts come alive. That comment makes sense. Warning. This is a neighborhood watch community. Okay, I'm just saying that if someone could walk a quarter mile with one of those 9-foot neighborhood watch signposts slung over their shoulder with no interruptions, maybe the neighborhood didn't deserve the sign. Not. Bleh. Doot noot. I'm starting to see why people get confused by me. How did you do that? Employees must stop crying before returning to work. Bezos thought. So, 2019 is the year My Chemical Romance's Danger Days takes place, and it's also the year Blade Runner takes place. You guys wanna know what the original title of Blade Runner was? Dangerous Days. Welcome to 2019, the year we hit back at this neon dystopia we are living in. It's the year 2030, they are making a Harry Potter remake, not a modern adaptation, but set in the original era, and it's fucking indulgent in 90s nostalgia. Someone's got butterfly clip, Ron is wearing a choker, there's muggles playing with pogs, Spice Girls is playing in the background, Voldemort is wearing a crop top. It's simultaneously the worst and fucking best thing you've ever seen. Hedwig is just a Furby on a string. Tumblr. Buenos Dias. Dick Snatch. W. What the F does this mean? Signal boost, I need the world to know the Tumblr app called me a Dick Snatch on December 7th, 2016. I was so totally not aware that people didn't know that being sorted into houses was a real thing in UK schools. It's not something made up just for the Harry Potter world. It's a real dueling system. I was in the St. George house at my school and everyone had the same attitude to prefects as everyone in the HP world did to Percy Wheel, I can assure you. What I had no idea. About 5 years ago I worked in a restaurant and Ludacris came in, ordered spring rolls, and sent them back. When I apologized he said don't apologize. Spring rolls are unpredictable. I think about this at least once a week. For the record, this guy has tweeted about this experience close to once a year since like 2013. He really genuinely is just always thinking about it. The fact that there's people who are afraid of snakes makes me so sad. I mean, look again. The Chesapeake Bay is surprisingly shallow. A 6-foot-tall woman can wade through over 700,000 acres of the bay without wetting her hat. Who is she? Woman seeking woman. I'm 6 feet tall, fashionable, and enjoy long walks through brackish estuary water off the coast of Virginia. She's our most famous cryptid, the bee in the bay, the Chesapeake Bay. Imagine reading a book of all the lies you've told. I don't know what kind of lives you all are leading, but this sounds like the boringest. Yes, I sent that email. Yeah, I like your outfit. I was sick. My mom said no. No, I wasn't crying. Yes, I read the terms of service. What about a book of all the lies people have told you? Oh, how the tables have tabled. Tables have tabled. A post, be a decent person. Extremely smart Tumblr user. This is clearly an attack on mentally ill people. Crazy, you expect me to be a good person. What's your favorite thing someone else drew? Definitely this. A discovery. Thank you for your time. Millennials are so helpless they are taking adulting classes to learn how to do things like sew a button. We figured taking a class was more polite than bombarding our kids and grandkids with mundane questions like, how do I delete my emails, my computer is so slow, or what's a GIF? That's such a funny way of calling our parents failures for not teaching us basic skills. It was over, but the way the townsfolk called it, neither man was a clear winner. Came across a Far Side book while thrift shopping and opened it to a random page, only to be reminded that Gary Larson is still the funniest comic artist ever to be published. I didn't see the pie on his face at first, and I thought it meant he wasn't the clear winner because of the emotional tax of killing a clown. When B walks in, why is she wearing a dress if she's just gonna let her rodent vagina hang out of it? Literally what I was thinking. She's in a skirt for no reason. It doesn't even go well with her top, like girl, get it together. There's an episode of Chowder where he's learning to write legibly and they do a montage of him fighting letters as things that start with them. Then there's this one. What the F? Crazy Rich Asians is up for 2 awards. And Crazy Rich White People are up for the remaining 200. Andy Samberg shares his rejected Golden Globes jokes. What was your first job title? Waiter. It was at a showy opera festival in a barn in Oxfordshire. I did it for a whole summer and people would be so extraordinarily rude that it made me decide that I would never be rude in my life, specifically to people who were kind enough to serve me thins. An interview with Tom Hiddleston. It all makes sense now. It's like a superhero origin story. I can solve this millennial or Gen Z confusion. If you had any of the following phones as a teenager, you're a millennial. If you started teenage years with an iPhone, you're Gen Z. See also, did you need to carry around a separate device to listen to your music with which had no speakers? So, if you forgot headphones, you were kid. I had a slide phone for texting and an iPod Touch for gamers and music. Please, can you tell us what the best pun was that you encountered in the wild? I'm dying to know, because that Budweiser one was amazing. I'm from the Seattle area. Are you a Washingtonian? Too. Hey, thanks for the message. I hope you're having a good day. I actually wrote an answer to this one fork of that stupid post, but anyway, here it is. I was touring an electrostatics lab. The experiment was to see what happens when you rub wool on a bunch of rods of different materials and then bring the rods near scraps of paper. One student's lab report had this observation on what happens when you try to electrostatically charge up a metal rod and bring it near paper. Paper remains stationary. I'm not from Seattle, but I did live there for 7 years and in Bellingham for 2 more. I like Washington State a lot. Gosh, but like we spent hundreds of years looking up at the stars and wondering is there anybody out there and hoping and guessing and imagining. Because we as a species were so lonely and we wanted friends so bad. We wanted to meet other species and we wanted to talk to them and we wanted to learn from them and to stop being the only people in the universe. And we started realizing that things were maybe not going so good for us. We got scared that we were going to blow each other up. We got scared that we were going to break our planet permanently. We got scared that in 100 years we were all going to be dead and gone, and even if there were other people out there, we'd never get to meet them. And then we built robots and we gave them names and we gave them brains made out of silicon and we pretended they were people and we told them, hey, you wanna go exploring? And of course they did, because we had made them in our own image. And maybe in 100 years we won't be around anymore. Maybe yeah, the planet will be a mess and we'll all be dead. And if other people come from the stars we won't be around to meet them and say hi, how are you? We are people too. You're not alone anymore. Maybe we'll be gone. But we built robots who have beat up hulls and metal brains and who have names. And if the other people come and say, who were these people? What were they like? The robots can say, when they made us, they called us Discovery, they called us Curiosity, they called us Explorer, they called us Spirit. They must have thought that was important. And they told us to tell you hello.